How you guys doing? Welcome back to an ATP Sit and Talk. I'm here today with Angelique and Chasen. How you guys doing today?
Gang, man. I'm doing good.
Blessed? Good.
How you feel?
I'm good. I'm good and alive and thankful. Thankful for what I have coming and what's gonna be happening next year. You know.
That's
How
good.
you guys doing today?
I'm doing good, bro. It's cold outside, but
It's getting cold outside. It is. So what can you guys say, starting off the podcast, is your guys' biggest ambition, dream, goal that you guys want to fulfill? Getting straight to the point.
Is there like a time frame for this goal, or just like in general?
No time frame.
No
cap
time
on
frame.
it. No time frame. No cap.
I just want to build my own brand. So like, getting my own skincare studio, like building my skincare brand is like my biggest goal. I want to get to the point where I have like a spa that I don't have to work in, like my money is making itself.
Yeah.
That's my like, biggest.
I know you just started your own business too now.
Yeah.
You've been doing it for a while. The Two Gals.
Yeah. I started the Two Gals.
How's that going, by the way?
We have to take a pause. You know, COVID happened. There's not much we can blog about. And then shifted our focus to like Sleep Skin Studio. So Ashley does my website and everything. Like, she built everything herself. And yeah, I made
Ashley from Urban?
No.
I was like,
my
shout
friend
out.
Urban.
Shout out.
Yeah, so.
We used to work at Urban with each other. That's how I met Angelique.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, old Torrens. What's poppin'?
But yeah, so my goal is in the new year to bring back more content for the Two Gals, because that was for sure fun. Things that people look forward to, like our playlist, our fashion stuff, and yeah.
Where did you originally draw inspiration for the Two Gals?
Me and Ashley became friends. What is that? I'm old. 2008.
2008.
Freshman year.
she thinks she old.
I am old.
You're young.
I'm not. We started school. We went to this little tiny school in Carson, and they just turned off for celebrating freshman.
Oh, no, it's good.
Yeah, we went to this tiny school, and one of our first conversations was about like music, clothes, and like phones and stuff. And like literally when we became friends, that's pretty much everything our blog is based around. So it just
That's
happened
tight. So
naturally.
that like genuine connection that you have got to manifest as something even like more.
Exactly.
Right.
And,
Just
like,
you two.
Yeah.
That's
so
tight. It's cool.
it was something people had like told us we should do, and then one day we were just like brainstorming. It took like 2 years to actually start. Like we had the idea, and we were like, okay, we're gonna start it this year. And
It's a lot of planning.
yeah.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of planning.
So then we like came up with the name, and then we went from there.
That's cool though. So we can expect a lot of stuff coming from Two Gals
Yeah,
for
of course.
2021.
2021, we have more Instagram content for sure, because that's like where everyone's attention is right now. And then, highlighting local artists. I feel like that's something that we don't see too much. If you don't have too much buzz, I want to like give you that like
That platform.
Yeah.
That's cool.
She known for that too. She put everybody on it too. Like, dude.
That's like, she put you on the podcast.
Yeah, you know, bro.
Shouts
Shouts out.
And how about you, Chasen? What you got, man?
Yeah, dude. I just wanna be legendary.
I like that.
Yeah, dude. For if we being honest, one of my biggest fears is being forgotten in a way. You feel me? I feel like a lot of times people pass away, and you know, it's like you still remember them and everything, but nothing's like, you know, over time shit starts slowly getting, you know, people don't even rarely visit tombstones anymore. But like, I want to be as big as, you know, even let's say Tupac. Like Tupac was.
Tupac's. I'm a big fan of Tupac.
Bro, shouts out. And
Coast.
what year are you?
I'm 97.
97.
97,
Bro, I'm 95. Like he died. Yeah.
I think around there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think 97 actually he died.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I didn't get to
96.
Yeah,
96.
96.
I don't get to yet.
Okay, type shit. Yeah. All right, for sure. But yeah, point is like, we listen to him now as, you know, as time still travels on and shit. So I just want to be as big as that, you know, for real, as in not being forgotten on type shit.
So you do music?
Yeah, bro, I do music.
How long have you been doing music for?
Technically for 4 years, bro. Yeah, 4 years. But on script, on paper, it's been 2 years.
2 years?
Since 2018, late 2018.
So you were more freestyle before the 2 years?
Nah, man, what I was doing was I was fucking being discouraged and fucking doubting myself, you know? Being like, okay, like, yeah, if somebody hear my music, I want it to be up notch. And I felt like I wasn't top notch yet. So I was kind of like, you know, did your little dungeon work, you know, before you actually broadcast yourself.
Yeah.
So I was trying to like make that
Find
sword
that
perfect.
growth,
Yeah.
that confidence enough.
Make that sword perfect. Whip that out, like, you know.
So when it's ready, it's like game on from there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. I feel like it's been going good, man. It's been going good.
How do you guys both balance your creativity with your work ethic and with working? I know you still work your 9 to 5s here and there, and then are you currently working 9 to 5 too?
Yeah, 9 to 5 as well.
So how do you guys balance those three? Because for me, like honestly, that's one of the hardest things that, like I was just talking to you guys before the podcast, that I have been trying to figure it out. How's that process for you guys?
Yeah, go. That's funny. You actually start laughing when you answer the question.
This is something that we have conversations with on
all
a regular
the
basis.
fucking time, bro. All the time.
I feel like that's like all of us we're creative. We want to like
exactly.
live our life and not be tied down to a lot of us. It's crazy.
Exactly.
I think that's the biggest struggle being a creative, because you understand that your 9 to 5 has to fund your dreams at the moment, but it's like
the capital.
Yeah. So it's like for me, since because of COVID, like I have way more free time, which is why I was able to like launch my business. But before, honestly, I don't know, I didn't balance it. Like my creative side took the back burner for a long time because I was working and then I had more time to work with the 2 gals, and then I went to school, so I was in school and I was working, and then when I finished esthetician school, then I was working 2 jobs. So like this is like my first time to actually like sit down and like fuel all the dreams and shit that I have.
Like get everything organized.
Yeah, exactly. So for me right now, it's a little bit easier. It's still hard because it's like, I don't know, like we were saying, getting discouraged and stuff. I still feel like, I see other brands and I compare myself, but I understand like I literally started in October, so I have time to like get everything perfect. But yeah, so it's a little easier for me than like I don't have like a super committed 9 to 5 right now. Mine is pretty open.
How was it for you before that though?
I didn't know how. Like I was just running off fumes, literally. Like I was working double some jobs. Like I have like 1 off day maybe.
Do you go by a schedule before? Like did you
no,
go by that?
I just started planning out like recently. Yeah, I bought a planner. And like I literally plan out my week, my days now. And like okay, this amount of time I'm gonna spend towards making products or like researching things. So now I'm having a balance. I don't know what it's gonna be like when I do go back to work like regular full time or whatever. But right now it's easy.
From here, I know you're with Sleek Studios now, and you're about to start pushing 2 gals again. Do you plan on going back to 9 to 5, or do you want to try like this weird period that we're in to see how you can write, having your own like business going, and working with just that?
I think I will go back to a 9 to 5 potentially, but I'm already in the process of looking into like a studio for my skincare product, my skincare practice, like doing facials and stuff. I would have done it, but obviously everything shut down again, so we can't even perform facials. But yeah, that's like one of my goals. Like I've already started pricing it and like seeing
getting everything ready, huh?
Yeah, so hopefully within like the next year or so, I can have like a actual location. But yeah.
Be ready for Angelique Studio 2021, 2022.
We're gonna shoot for 2021. Hopefully COVID gets under control.
Shots out.
Anything is possible, dude. All the possibilities.
Yeah.
So how about for you, man? Balancing.
Balancing, like she said, is something we talk about a lot at the time. I just felt like, as much as you work this 9 to 5, it kind of ruins imagination, because it takes you out of, what you want to do or what you're most creative at or what you're trying to get creative at type shit. So, as far as balancing, we trying. It's just an everyday thing, man. You can't do nothing more but take it day by day is what I'm kind of understanding. And planning works, bro. Organization is key. That's what I'm figuring out. Organization is key. Like, as much as, shit be in the air sometimes, you just wake up and go about your day. If you plan shit out just that day and see how much more effective your next day is.
Oh, yeah. Time is everything.
Bro, that shit is crazy. That's just crazy. And it's practice. It takes something to be really self-disciplined at, to really, like, bite down on and understand. But, only the strong survive or type shit. Like, the ones who are mentally healthy.
Yeah, no, that's how it is. That's how it is.
shouts out to mental health for real.
That's a real thing. No, yeah, here at the brand, that's something we believe in 100%. Mental health, like especially now, like I feel like this year has really taught like so many of us, honestly everybody. I would say, if you did not have an epiphany and awakening this year, go back. It's a few more weeks left in the year. Think and have some time, do some meditation, lights off, something. Because this year has been honestly like
eye-opening.
Some shit.
I feel like not that it's been wild. But I feel more like emotionally with everything happening. It's been a lot of like pulling left and right, and like a lot of our jobs were impacted, affected. A lot of people we lost our jobs. We're bouncing. I had probably like shout out to all the homies I know. I've worked like 8 different jobs this year. I think honestly, I've been blessed that I was never without a job this year, low key. Hey. But for me, it's always been like I was telling you guys, like I get that boring feeling of a job, and then I'm like I'm out.
We out of here.
But this year has been crazy though. It definitely has. I feel like. What are you guys' biggest aspirations for next year? Like leaving the HUD of 2020. Let's say things get, things are gonna get better. Timing's gonna get better. What do you guys, even with COVID or not COVID, where do you guys see yourselves in a couple months getting everything organized with your music? You guys have any projects?
Oh yeah.
Whether it's projects, emotional, like where do you guys see yourselves?
I see myself. My bad. I see myself.
I know the questions.
Yeah, no. You put it out there though.
You have to.
Yeah, facts. I see myself putting out this project called 95 Ultra. Yo, it's just a project I really want to work on. Been working on
95 Ultra.
95 Ultra.
95 Ultra.
Yeah, 95 Ultra. Shouts out to that. It's something I've kind of been working on all through 2020. And where I see myself with it, as in just all the fucking marketing, all the fucking thinking, plotting, all the shit I was doing to bite down behind it. I just want to see that more effective. Rather, like you said, COVID here or COVID not here, because that's honestly what been affecting, you said, a lot of things. And yeah, like you, bro, blessed that you've been having a job this long, for real, without it, because people have been losing jobs left and right, bro.
A lot of praying, a lot of faith, man, a lot of just believing in a higher. That's it, bro. That's what's got me through my whole year, to be honest.
Yeah, facts. I just want to be in a position where, no matter what, left or right, I'm still solid, I'm still grounded. So yeah, I guess that can be an aspiration of mine, staying foundation-wise, staying grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff coming next year too, huh?
Gang, yeah.
How about you?
I don't know. I feel like I just want to put more energy into growing my brand. So
100%.
Yeah, my biggest thing right now is marketing myself. I don't like social media, so it's hard for me to get on some social media for hours at a day. Promoting myself.
It's a lot of work, huh, on social media.
Yeah, so that's what mine lacks all the time. I feel like I only come back when I'm about to restock or something, and I don't like that. So yeah, just putting more into.
There's apps that you can put stuff that will just drop it on the day.
Yeah, but I still gotta
just one day to get the hour.
Yeah, so that's something I'm working on to actually promote myself and market myself, because I'm aware that my products are good.
Yeah.
But I just need to get a larger platform, because right now most of my stuff is word of mouth. I'm selling out because other people are telling me.
Yeah.
So I love that kind of thing, but still.
So a lot of big just marketing next year.
Yeah.
Getting a bigger platform for next year.
Building my social media presence, because I realize how important it is, because I've seen people get it opened so many doors to people.
It really. I've met some really good friends through social media. I'm not gonna shout out to all you guys. I really have. It's been so random. I literally have even met up people oh hey, so come through. I got invited to places, and it's a really good thing if you use social media on a wise mindset.
Exactly.
You can really impact, and you can really reach out to so many beautiful, dope ass people that are not around us, around our city, around our community. That's really. Talking about social media, how would you guys explain social media? What's your guys' view upon social media? Going into new decade, 2020.
That's funny. I feel like it's a great effective way, for if you use it the right way, as far as business wise, as far as if you're going for something, if you got a dream, you're trying to, approach it like that, that's perfect. But in other situations, I feel like Instagram can be the devil, bro. And I just say that because it can ruin a lot of relationships. It can start a lot of drama. It's a lot of beef on there. It's a lot of you know, a lot
it
of...
can start a lot of negative stuff.
Yeah, just like that, bro. Just like that. It's been a lot of... I read somewhere that, like, 40%, maybe that's not a lot, but even 40% of fights or something start from Insta or social media type shit. That shit was crazy, folks. Like, what?
45%?
It was over 40. Over 40.
That's
like,
a big percentage.
yeah, that's still a big...
It makes sense, though.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Like, I've seen fights and, like, arguments and stuff happen off of social media because you can't gauge how someone feels. Like, I feel like when you're reading it, the tone can be completely different from how the person means it.
Preferably, if I ever have altercations, which I hardly ever, but I would prefer in person than, like, social media. Like,
well, that's how it starts. It starts on social media, and it, like, escalates, and they're like, meet me here.
Right. Drop the pin. Drop the line.
There was an LA Times post that I commented on, like, an hour ago. I never really do that, but I feel like I have a very strong opinion about everything that's happening, about a lot of, like, shit. I never really choose to express myself. Now it's that I'm starting to choose to express more because, like, I don't see, like, any really changes happening that I feel are really for the people. I feel like it's just a constant, like, fucking loop that we are on.
Yeah.
I'm pro people, I'm pro life, I'm pro everything. Like, that promotes a healthier society and like, healthier community and people. Like, that's what I'm pro for. I've yet to see so many things that don't, like, relate to that. There was an LA Times post talking about the virus, how now in OC, in Orange County, is now, like, in the highest records that it's been. I know OC, Orange County, we know. But I commented, and I was just like, honestly, whether it's OC, whether it's LA, South Bay, wherever it's at, I feel like the records are not being accurately put down. I feel like even people have flu, they're saying that they have COVID. So I commented that.
Yeah.
I had people come at me like, oh, you're a non-believer. I was like, wait, we're believers of COVID now? Like, believer, non-believer? Like that, now I had people, like, commenting, positive, people commenting a bunch. And I was like, yo, this is just, like, I deleted the comment because I was like, yo, this is why I don't comment.
Bro,
Like,
just like that. That started something.
Social media really has such a big impact, and definitely now and ongoing. I think for the future, they have, like, everything's going technical. Even money this year, we've seen a shortage of money, which to me honestly doesn't really make sense. I mean, there's been how much money in, like, been making moves since how long? Like, how's there a shortage all of a sudden because of a virus?
All of a sudden.
I feel like what they're trying to do is pretty much make all, like, money all digital, everything. So there's a whole thing to that I believe, honestly. But social media does have a big impactful change.
And it's like, especially for creators, it's hard. It's easy to, like, look at someone else and see where they are in life and, like, compare yourself. But you have to understand, like, one thing I'm learning is, like, they only post what they want you to see. Like, they could be struggling completely and you just don't know it. So,
you have to have a really strong head to use social media.
For sure.
I found myself this year, I had to really, like, get off social media for, like, 4 months. I just didn't, like, it wasn't, I don't know if everybody, you had that moment, if you had that, like,
of course.
It never really hit me till this year. I think with everything happening, it's like, like, you go on social media and sometimes it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel real. Especially Instagram, it doesn't feel real. And it's like, what is this? And, and I had to balance it out, and I had to, like, figure it out. And, like, now I only go on social media when I have to upload stuff, and then I go off, or I'll go and just, like, some people support some people, and then I'll go off. Messages. I'm constantly needing to, like, schedule podcasts, like, messaging people, so I kind of have to be on it. But I'm learning, as long as you have that line with it, and you don't, like, you're, like, on it, like, like, you let it absorb you. It's an energy. It's a real thing, even from Twitter, Instagram. Twitter's a whole other platform too, as well. Everything, honestly, all these apps, if you use it wisely, if you use it to your benefit for business, for, social networking, really what it was meant for, then, I think there's a positive uptake of it.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. Definitely mental health, man.
Mental health. How would you guys describe mental health? What does mental health mean, like, for you?
Mental health means, bro, being able to motivate yourself. Like, how can I explain that in a different way? It takes a lot of energy to get up every day and be the one to motivate yourself, rather you doing it for family, rather you doing it for a loved one, rather you doing it even for yourself, It just, it takes a lot, and mental health is something that can easily be broken too at the same time by a lot of the shit that goes on, Soon as something goes left, we feel like shit. Well, I feel like shit is, like, all headed for me, or the world is crashing down sometimes. And like you said, I gotta step away from Instagram, or I gotta step away from certain people enough to just have mental health. And mental health is that.
Mental health is so much. I feel like like I mentioned, this year has been such a big thing. I feel like everybody has kind of had that, like like, damn, where am I at now? What's happening? And what's gonna happen next? I've heard actually in some reports that this year actually brought more suicide and more depression rates that increased. That's crazy, and that shows you like what depression can be and where mindset is everything. Honestly, it's not mindset. Everything starts with you. Yeah. It really does. Mental health is something that I feel like I've heard some crazy stories. Honestly, I've been very fortunate to have met a lot of people from my age, and I've heard crazy stories that have really impacted me. And like I've seen so many people. Shout out to all you guys that have opened up to me over the years. I feel like life, you kind of need to go at it very strong. One thing I found out this year was working out is actually really my shit. Like that, it helps me. It helps me. It makes me just feel better. Honestly, I do it for mental health. That's why I do it. I don't care if honestly, you want the physique too. Yeah, Yeah. But I do it because that shit helps. It makes me feel better every day. Your body's not, because you've had times where you just don't. You get so like dismotivated. You just don't want to deal with anything. You just want to be asleep. And that's like. No.
Definitely.
You gotta fight that. You gotta I got my whole book collection now. Like I've been, mental health is something that I think everybody needs to kind of look at, no matter where you're from, no matter your religion, your race. Like it's something that we all go through. The human mindset is something that is so. I feel like there's so many things that we don't know even yet about ourselves and about the human race and how we can produce a better mindset. It's so much stuff.
Right.
How about for you though? What's mental health for you?
I think mental health for me is like kind of piggybacking on what you guys already said, but for me, I think I've been pretty aware of like my own mental health and like how things affect you in like different parts of mental health and like all of that, and just staying in tune with yourself. I feel like that's like the biggest thing, so you can notice like things that trigger you, something that'll trigger your depression or trigger your anxiety. And I think once people can kind of like identify that, that's like one thing. And it's like obviously there's like clinical depression and all of that plays into it, where like medication is needed.
Do you guys believe in medication for depression, or do you guys believe you do? Yeah.
For some people, I think it's beneficial. For me, I don't think I'm like any of my mental health needs medication, but there's people that there's like actually a chemical imbalance, and I think for those people, I think it's beneficial for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas other people, if their depression is like situational, so like depending on the situation they're in, like it affects their mindset, which like is probably why people are being affected by COVID. Because a lot of people have like they like to socialize, and it's like now you can't really socialize and go places, so they're stuck with like just sitting
themselves.
Themselves. That makes sense.
And I've been hearing a lot of that too. Yeah, like
some people are like extreme extroverts, so being like having to isolate yourself is like
it's hard
for them. Yeah. And then the unknown, I think that also sparks like anxiety for people. Cause like anxiety is a fear.
The biggest, I feel like the biggest, especially for I feel like a lot of young people our age too. Because I feel like, how old are you guys? 26, 25. How would you guys, talking about mental health still? How would you guys describe your being 20 to the age you guys are now? Within that mental health mindset, has it been
the 20s?
To anybody watching,
I think the 20s have been crazy for sure. I think they started off calm because like you're still very young or whatever. Yeah. But when SZA said "God bless those 20-somethings," I felt that. I feel like it's a lot of growing pains.
What did she say?
God bless those 20-somethings. She has a song called 20-something.
I feel that. I've been writing a book, low key. I'm not gonna lie. Since I was like 17, I'm gonna release it on like 50 or something. Or it might be sooner. It's just 20s or something.
That's for sure.
20s or something.
I feel like it's definitely like an uncomfortable time period because you're growing, you're learning yourself. This is like people say live in your 20s, but I feel like my 30s are gonna be like the time where I live. I feel like I'm building everything, setting everything up, and learning myself now. And 4 years, hopefully I'm reaping the benefits of everything I pointed out now.
Amen. Cheers to that. Cheers to that. How about you, man?
As far as the 20s being crazy?
Yeah, like your 20s, we're talking, still relations with mental health. How would you say, like, it's made you now? Like, how has that been for you?
It's been, I feel like it's made me. It's been great as far as, Nah, bro. It hasn't been great.
I like that.
It hasn't been great.
Be honest.
For real. It's definitely fucking like, you know, a fucking roller coaster and everything. Definitely through relationships you figure out a lot of shit. I mean, as far as like friendships, all that just shit ties into who you are, you know, product of environment type of shit. Even
people you hang out with.
Yeah, all that, bro.
Yeah.
It's a part of that, and I feel like for me, it's, I don't know. I feel like the whole life thing is just a puzzle piece, bro. And I feel like the 20s and all that shit is just. There's just another piece to add to the perfection or to the masterpiece we gonna leave off or we gonna die, you know, all that type of shit. Yeah. But yeah, that's my final answer, bro. It's a bit shaky. It's a bit shaky, but we here.
Life is like a spiral. We started at the little dot and we're going outward, expanding over time. That's how I look at it. I look at it life like it's a land barrier. What's the proper term? A land, like a maze.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That we're going through, and our whole lives we're trying to chase and find the right turn that's going to lead us to, the end route, to our end route.
And sometimes you hit a wall and you just got to redirect.
Right.
I like that.
I like that.
No, honestly, like, I'm going to say, like, for me, mental health, like, dude, what helps me, because honestly, like, not a lot of people know, but I kind of been on my own for a while. I don't really ever say it, but my parents have been back and forth. My mom's in Puerto Rico. My dad's here, but he does his thing. I still make time to see him, though, my grandmother and stuff. But my family was never that close like that. Even there's always been like, freaking Aunt Pearl's over here tripping, or Uncle Tito's over here coming type of way about Aunt Pearl. Like, it's always been a little back and forth. I love my family, though. Shout out to you guys. It's just, over time, I'm being upfront, I'm being honest. I feel like if you guys see this, we could talk. Hit me up. I feel like, so I had to learn at a very much younger age to kind of like get myself organized. Even until today, though, I catch myself like, for me, it's all about betterment.
Yeah.
What I have right there on the board, think for the community, be part of change. Like, that's something like I just wake up and like I feel like I literally try to be better every day. I don't hold grudges. I don't try to hold anything. Any negative energy, I rebuke that. I believe in like positivity. I believe in literally, like I said, making a more positive society, and that's why with all the possibilities you guys are here today on the podcast. The reason why I'm doing all the possibilities is because I'm trying to see how I can bring a brand that's not just clothes and like not just fashion. Like literally, like you're wearing it because it's fashionable at the same time, but how is it helping innovating a better society? That's what I'm currently right now trying to like figure out with the brand, because that's what it's about. Yeah. But I had to learn from a younger age how to get my mental mindset starting like at age 15, I guess. I used to just like I had my trials, like everybody. We all go through hell and back, but mental health, super advocate and super believer. Take care of yourselves and stay always focused, because there could be times that I know you gotta look at it like this. Life is like this. We have our ups, and we have our downs, then we have our ups, and then we have our downs. It's never gonna be. It might be cruising for a bit. Enjoy that shit while you have it. But you gotta be like, like life be like that too. You be chilling, and then it's like you gotta be ready for something to come. Out of nowhere. But enjoy it. Life's a journey. It definitely is a journey.
Definitely.
What made you change the subject a bit now? What made you want to get into like health and beauty? I'm really curious. Like what? Like on some Pharrell human race stuff. Like what made you want to do that?
Yo, his product line, the ingredients look fire, but I can't.
I'm gonna try it. I want to try it, but it's also too.
But health and beauty, it's something that like from like middle school, high school, like I was always looking into it. I was always like researching things. I was looking up ingredients before I even knew. There was a whole like job field for that. So I was having like a crisis at like 21, 22. I used to work with kids. That was my career path before. I literally was going to school for child development. And I quit my full-time job making decent money at a preschool. And I started working at Urban because I thought I wanted to be like heavily into like the fashion world. And I was just like having a crisis, and I was talking to my mom about it. And she had moved to Texas at this time. And she was like, why don't you just go to school like for skincare? And I like looked up the salaries and stuff. I'm like, this is all they make. I don't want to do that. But then once I started doing more research, like there's no limit to how much you can make in this world. So I went to school for it, and it was like something I like loved. Like I was in school from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. for 6 months, 3 days a week. And then on the
Running
days
it.
and then the days I wasn't there, I was working. So like once I knew like I wasn't burnt out from doing that, I knew this is what I needed to do. So yeah, I started learning as much as I can and taking classes while in school. Then once I finished, I still like do webinars and stuff. And yeah, it's like interesting. So and the industry is always growing, so there's always something for me to learn. So I'm never gonna be bored.
Do you want to franchise like the fuck out of it?
Yes and no. Like, I don't want to be, like, misogyny. I worked there. Hated it. I was only there, like, a month and a half, 2 months.
Misogynist? Yeah.
Misogyny. No, that's, they did facials, too.
Yeah.
But I don't want my brand, like, I want to be as hands-on as possible. And I think if I franchise it too much, it would be harder for me to be as hands-on. Like, I want to train the people that work for me.
You want to, like...
Yeah, like, I want to see, like, I want to see,
yeah.
like, your work. Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
just trust someone else because, like, they may not.
You don't want to Mayweather boxing it.
Yeah. So once, like, I want them in like multiple states, but I don't want it like where there's one in every single city.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my goal. And then obviously I'm building my like actual brand, like skincare wise. So yeah.
Where do you draw a lot of your like ingredients and all that? How's that been? Like, tell me about that process, about making and like everything.
So right now I only have 2 products.
Cause I'm curious. I've been curious about that. Like, I'm like, damn, how do you do it?
So because I have 2 products right now. I have a cleansing oil and I have a body butter. So for my cleansing oil, I wanted ingredients that are non-comedogenic, which basically means they won't clog your pores. So no matter anyone's skin type, if you have a reaction, it's just because you're allergic to the product, like the ingredient. I didn't want anything to be like pore clogging because obviously no one wants to break out.
Yeah.
So that was like my main goal for that. So there's like no fragrance, no nothing in that. And then my body butters, I made my first body butter May of last year and I hated it. And I was like, because at first I was trying like recipes from other people and I hated them all. So I just freestyled one day and it was like the one, like the ingredient, the recipe that I have now. And I have eczema, so my thing for body butter is I have to put lotion on every day. So yeah, I wanted something that was like thick enough to like actually like moisturize your skin and not just like sit on top. So that's
so is yours a little more thick?
Yeah,
I like that too. Little coconut butter.
Test it out a little bit. You feel me?
Hey, right? Oh,
does this one have fragrance? Or
yeah, that one's Ocean Views. That's my personal favorite.
I like it's like
It's like thicker, but like it's not like there's some that are like hard. This one like blends in.
Yeah, it's smooth. I like it like butter. Is it for like phase 2?
No, not that one. Don't put that on.
I was about to.
Because it's scented. I do have an unscented one too that my friends use on their faces. But
it definitely feels smooth, dude.
Yeah.
And it don't have no fragrance in it.
That one does. That one's Ocean Views.
My bad.
So how come sometimes I get
Sorry,
lotions and like they don't like I put lotion like 2 hours ago and I couldn't time dry. Does that mean it's like a whack lotion?
Low key, yeah. And then also when you're applying lotion, you want to make sure you're applying it on like damp skin because that's when your body can like actually like.
Oh, so you don't do it when you're just dry?
No, when you do it when you're dry, you're just like putting it on. And
I always used to do that.
Yeah, so that's why like it'll just sit on top of your skin.
Do you see your stuff going like Pharrell route? Like do you? I can see you doing that.
Someone asked me the other day. I want it.
Is that urban?
Nah, never. No offense. But I want my maybe an urban actually.
I can see it.
Yeah, I want it. Like I was talking about this. I for sure want to have my own website like I do now, and when I actually have my studio space, and then from there, I don't know. Like I want to have it in other spas and stuff, but I don't know if I want it to be like as like mainstream.
I think what would be best for you is going all social with it, like social media, like get the marketing right. Like you don't even need a physical store, dude. Like
I want a physical store, like.
You want a nice little like pop-up physical store?
Not like that. I want to sell it like where I'm doing my facials.
Okay.
So like not like an actual like store person. Yeah.
If you market it more to social though too, you can also even have a bigger store online. Because that's one thing. Like right now with all the possibilities, I'm thinking about getting a store there down the line. But I feel like honestly, you don't even need a store. Like you can even do it all online. I've seen so many people like this year just been pushing online like that. Online's a whole its own world. It really is.
That's
social media.
Yeah, that's the goal. Because social media, like it takes one person to post something on their story or for someone else to see it or whatever, and then you got a new customer. So obviously, like pushing.
It's all connections.
Yeah.
It's all connections. Get that lotion from the right person. And
exactly.
You're gonna be freaking trying to catch up to orders.
I'm literally there this week. I restocked like 2 weeks ago. And people are already like, "Oh, when's your next restock?" And I'm just like,
Hell yeah. That's how it is, dude. That's how it is.
That's
Like, I
good.
seen that this year too with the brand. Like I wasn't ready, honestly. I doubted myself, and I was like, I did this drop back in September, and thank you guys, big love. That shit went out, and I was like, what do you do? I wasn't ready for it.
When I launched, I thought that no one was gonna care. I was like so anxious about it. Like I was stressing myself out about it, and I hit my sales goal before the end of the night.
Hell yeah.
So
Wow,
that was my
yeah.
first one, and then this last
Glory
one,
to God.
pretty much sold out too. And yeah, it's like you said, connections.
Yeah, no, it is.
I'm gonna have some of Prime products in a store, like an actual storefront. And Hermosa, I don't know if you met Kat's brand. I think Celeste.
Yeah.
She's my products gonna be in her store.
Wow, tight.
Yeah, so like you said, connections are everything. You know,
Connections are key. Connections
Facts.
are really key.
So yeah,
That's what's
just
up.
we have some more products coming in 2021.
Do you feel like you're facing any trials or any like thing ahead, being like a black independent businesswoman? Do you feel like are you projecting your stuff towards a certain crowd too, or is it like where do you see like yourself going from here with everything happening as well?
I don't think I'm facing any troubles, but I'm also just in the very beginning, like only 2 months in. So I haven't seen any like crazy troubles yet. I'm sure they're to come. We live in America, like you know, it's bound to happen. But as far as my target audience and who I'm like projecting to, I just want, you know, anyone that cares about skincare. Like I think it's for yeah. Like I have literally like my medicine I thought wasn't gonna do well, and it's just the first one that sells out both times.
Yeah.
So like obviously getting men into self care is another thing that I'm really
big into
passionate
that,
about.
so you got
I don't really have a target audience whoever, you know, wants to.
It's open. It's
Yeah.
open. And for you, man, the music. What type of music are you producing right now? You're more R&B or you're more rap?
I'm a rap.
More rap?
Yeah, I don't really produce. I produce a couple tracks, but I mainly just rap. Yeah, I just make songs. Yeah, I just make music.
What draws you to do music?
Actually knowing myself. I feel like that's where it started, bro. I feel
I like that, knowing myself.
Yeah, no, for real.
100%.
I feel like the more you write, the more you get closer to yourself in a way. Like, it's been many times I wrote and I self-consciously come up with shit that bothered me or memories that I didn't even thought I remembered. I didn't even think I remembered or shit like that. You know, so I just felt
like that.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just... Yeah, I felt like I was in this phase at one point in my life where I didn't know myself. Like, I woke up every day and I felt like, not that I was a stranger, but I felt like the only way I could know myself was if shit happened. Like, if shit hit the fan, because that's when you test your character. That's when shit really comes out. Yeah, and that's when you start to know yourself. But I didn't really want me to have to go through shit like that all the time for me to have to be that way. So... writing, I just came up to making music, and I just wanted to hear myself. Actually, I want to smoke. I actually showed her like my first.
Really, that's cool.
Bro, crazy.
I recorded my first sessions a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I took my brother with me. I was like, bro, come, because my brother raps. My brother's opened up for Nipsey Hussle and all that. And I was nervous on my first time. I was at the mic and I was like, what do you do? I got a bottle of tequila and I was like, wait, let me just go in. And it feels weird hitting yourself on the mic and the whole after it is.
Nah, definitely. And that's something that hit with me too. I feel like that's what everybody, I started watching interviews and everybody says that literally they didn't like the way they sounded when they first got on the mic. It took you really having
to... stuck. And
like,
it's like, wait.
You go, because you naturally try to sound like, you know, who you already heard before.
See it in your head,
exactly.
It doesn't come out though like you really wanted to.
Exactly. And most people don't know that. Most people think it's just, you know, we hop on there, we know what to do. We gotta. Like, nah, it's like puzzle pieces as well, man. But that's just has been great, bro. It's been really great.
Where do you? I was not even aware. Who's your biggest inspiration in the music game?
Oh, facts, man.
That's what has me, because me as an artist, like too, like now I know you tell me, I'll tell you.
Type shit.
Yeah. So who would you say is your biggest your idols, icons?
Facts. My biggest is Kid Cudi and Schoolboy Q. Shouts out.
Saw his album last night.
Bro, what? I listened to it at work this.
Man on the Moon 3.
Yo, oh my god. Hey, I still gotta like tap into it, but yeah, I played it through work. I played it at work. It's just been great. Like the vibe has been great. But yeah, I definitely want to sit in on it. So yeah, I'm waiting for that. But definitely him and Schoolboy Q has been like a biggest influence.
Schoolboy Q.
Yeah, Schoolboy Q. Yeah, bro. Yeah, cause
collard greens.
Bro, like his attitude is just like it's something you can't really. The way his attitude is when he like expresses vocals and shit is something you really can't copy. You feel me? That's really him. It's nothing you can't fake. You feel me? Then Kid Cudi is like this abstract ass.
Very
like,
euphoric. Cause this album he just dropped last night was very euphoric.
Bro. Yeah, bro. That shit's crazy. So that just puts you as a man in this world. But that's my influences.
Where do you see yourself going? How big do you want to go?
Man, I want to be
this
playing.
Podcast could be iconic, so it's iconic. This podcast will be iconic.
Bro, yeah.
This podcast.
I want to be making throwaway freestyles with them. And yeah, nah, for real. I want to be able to call them, or they call me over. We throw away we make some shit up. We ain't finna put out, or or eventually put it out. Whatever the fuck, I don't care. Just be in that motherfucking room would be crazy. But
so you want to blow up all the way?
Yeah, definitely, bro. I want to match them. I definitely want to be on that type of level. I feel like the hunger is definitely, you always want to see yourself up there, but I want them to know like I'm here too. Like, you feel me? Type shit. Not in a cocky way, but like, yo.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Look, before they used to tell me ego's the enemy, honestly, I've been feeling like ego is not the enemy. Ego helps us. You don't need to be super egotistic. Yeah. But I feel like ego is balance with confidence. I don't feel like ego is the enemy. As long as you balance it with confidence, like, okay, especially like us, you have your stuff, I have my stuff. We gotta have a bit of ego. We gotta carry that with us a little bit, whether it's confidence or not. As long as you're not over here like skyrocketing with that shit, you're balancing with confidence, and
it's a fine line.
What's up?
I think it's like a fine line.
No, there's a fine line.
I feel like when people say ego is always a negative thing, and I get that, and I feel like the positive side of ego would be confidence. But I understand you're like trying to say they like go hand in hand, but it just depends on like the person.
It depends on the person.
Yeah.
If you balance it, I feel like it just goes down to balance. You're not skyrocketing with
shit.
Confidence, like confidence. I'm like, I'll get to that too. I'll throw it in right now.
It's important though. It's important. Definitely important.
But no, it's really good though. You want to see your music though, like you want to blow up all the way, man.
Yeah,
that's the mindset. You're doing it. You're doing it.
Bro.
Do it.
You gotta, man. You gotta be in it to win it, bro. I'm not saying you gotta win something, but
your artist name the same as your name?
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I thought it was your artist name when you first.
Yeah, exactly, bro. My name is
Chasen
Day. Like a lot of people think I'll be on some trickery type, trying to piece some smooth shit together.
Your parents already like planted that seed the moment they gave
And in fact, bro, I just couldn't find a cool enough name or nobody. Like it's been cool names here and there, but it's like I like
Chasen Day.
Yeah, bro. I want me to be me. So.
No facade.
Yeah, you feel me? No facade type.
No, it fits you too though, Chasen Day. Like, I could see like that a stage name. Honestly, it's 100%. That's a good name.
Honestly, we had a stage name.
Chasen Day. So where do you guys feel like is that? Because we had just said confidence and ego. What would you guys say is confidence and ego?
Alright, we go into it.
Oh, they're right outside. See the lights.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, stepping on the J's.
I'm not to edit all this, but what would you guys say is a big like fine line between confidence and ego for you guys talking about it?
Like impersonal?
Impersonal, yeah.
Okay.
Or non-personal.
I feel like you guys aren't like probably hip to this, but like the skincare world, there are some people whose egos are like crazy, and you see it on social media. And that's probably like one of the biggest reasons why like I don't want to push it, because like I don't want to get too caught up in that world. Like I just want my work to speak for itself.
Yeah.
But
you just gave me a hoe on, but I listen.
Yeah, I feel like for me it's like being confident like that my work and my products speak for themselves. Whereas some people like the ego comes in and they're like boasting and bragging and their products and stuff are mediocre. So I feel like it's just like I think that's where like the balance comes in.
Yeah.
Of like being confident confident in yourself and like the things that you provide and like your services and all that, and not being like, you know, like belittling other people. I think that's what a lot of people's ego does. Like it belittles other people, and it's great to feel highly about yourself, but like I never want an esthetician that like is up and coming to like look at me and be like, oh, well, I can't even like reach out to her for help or anything or like guidance because just like this big head.
You want to keep it open.
Yeah.
It depends on the person though, and then
that's true too. Luckily for me, like when I was like finishing school, like I reached out to an esthetician that had like a celebrity following. She replied and everything, and like we met up for lunch, and she like gave me really cool, gave me so many like gems and like telling me
that's a sign for you to take it.
So like, and I just did it off the whim. Like I came across her like looking at like I always look at like skincare videos and stuff on Instagram, and I happened to come across her, seeing that she was in Burbank, and I reached out not thinking anything of it, and she actually like replied and everything. She even did like a demo with like a product that she's testing out. Sent it to me and everything. So it's
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out.
She was like, you know, she doesn't have time like to actually like be a good mentor right now, but like anytime I ever ask her questions, anything, she's always been like super cool. So I want someone to like be able to like reach out up to me once I get like, you know, get my brand out there. So
that's good though that you want to keep it like that, because there are some people that get carried away with, you know, with
and I feel like in all creative aspects, like presenting yourself as confidence, people can see that. So like if you don't believe in yourself, someone's gonna see that. They're not gonna believe in you either. So just presenting yourself as confident and not being like too egotistical, like
coming off as an asshole.
Too big headed.
That's when cocky comes in, though. So
that's true
what is cocky?
So how would you say then cocky comes?
Right, that's what I'm trying to ask.
What's that for you then? How do you like?
I feel like it's. I feel like, man, being confident. I don't know, man, because being too confident can be. It can come across as cocky sometimes, the way you do it. I don't know, it felt like it's some people's demeanor, it's the way they go about things, but then some people might genuinely just be overconfident and not be cocky. So that's always been a tricky subject for me. Like it's always been. So that's a question I want to ask y'all. Like, what do y'all think cocky is? Being cocky.
Well, that word alone is cocky.
Yeah.
I think it's
like
where's the perception of confidence.
Okay, where's the line at?
It's other people's perception. Like someone can see you, like know that, like if I'm like, oh yeah, my products are great, someone will be like, oh, she's cocky, but it's like I'm just confident in like what I actually created. So I think it's like more so other people's like perception. Because like you may feel like you're just a confident person and someone else is on the outside looking in, like yo, you're cocky.
It's like, for example, okay, like for me, nobody really knows this either. I only tell like my close homies and stuff, but for me, it's been kind of. I'm telling all you guys. I feel like, for me, it's been so hard to get confidence because I used to be very quiet when I was younger. I was more to myself. There's a picture of me on my birthday. I'm by myself by a gate, just watching everybody with my beanie on. I'm like, yo, it's been the biggest thing for me to gain confidence, straight up. But now, like doing what I'm doing and everything, it's taught me to have it, but never let it get mistaken for my ego. The only reason why I have my confidence now is because I literally worked on it and I've worked to build it. So if nobody's ever told me, but if it ever gets to that point, like yo, it's not ego. It's just like sometimes I've learned to fake confidence to give my all when I do shit. Like when I do have drops now with the song, what I release, like yo, like I'm releasing it. I might sound a little egotistic, but it's not that I am. It's just like, yo, that's my confidence. I've been building up over years. You guys don't know that.
Y'all don't know that though. Like,
it's been like, it's been a lot. It's been a lot of work for me. Like, so confidence is something like have that shit. Have your ego. Just don't be an ass with it, and like still be a beautiful person.
Still goes back to perception though.
What's up?
Still goes back to perception.
That does. And that goes back to that's what I was saying. So I feel if anybody were to tell me that's their perception that I do might look egotistic, but until you get to know me, you see, I'm not that at all. I think it's more understanding the person, understanding where they're from.
Exactly.
But it's so easy to say, you look like you're a cocky motherfucker.
Yeah.
Or you look egotistic. I think
it's the world we live in too.
Oh yeah,
like
social media.
Like they just think they have it all figured out. Like on social media, I may look like I have my life together. You don't know that I just had to be 10 minutes ago.
All you see is like, model poses, like it's kind of like that. If it was up to me, honestly, I would upload, like, I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm very, like, I actually started Like, did I tell you guys I used to vlog? I think I mentioned it, or no?
No.
I used to be a YouTube vlogger. I never told you either. Back when I was in college, 3 years ago, I hit a point with it where I was actually getting people at my college coming up to me, dude, and they were telling me like, "You're that one YouTube vlogger," and I felt kind of weird about it, to be honest. And I feel very blessed. Thank you guys that tapped in with me, that are here watching these podcasts now. I was actually getting paid by YouTube, and it was low-key going, and I was like, oh shit. But I like completely closed it. I got a little worried, and I was like, yo, like my life, you know, because I would vlog my life, my friends, and I felt weird, you know, like nobody tripped, you know, my friends, everybody loved it too, you know, the cam's right there.
Yeah.
But I kind of felt weird about that. But I feel like today I actually started a vlog again. I'm gonna start doing TikToks now, so shout out to that, and maybe a little life advice for people with my camera. So I felt a little weird because I was like, damn, here I am now, you know, 3 years later, I'm older, different mindset, like different goals, like this is a whole new man now, you know.
Yeah,
I'm a man now.
I said it.
But I don't want to show any, like, it's not egotistic, it's just confidence that's built up, and you know, like, confidence, something, it's balance.
Yeah.
It's balance.
Most definitely.
Where would you guys say that you guys see with everything happening this year? I know it's been so hard for, like, you know, states, outside of the states. Where do you guys feel, talking a little bit, getting into politics real quick, where do you guys feel that us being here in America, stuff that we lack to get back to society, to the people?
I think we live in a world where not everyone, but a lot of people have this crabs in a barrel mentality. So instead of like building each other up and stuff, or like, yeah, everyone's like, you know, trying to fight their way to the top. Or as Issa Rae said, like everyone should like network across and like bring each other up. And I don't think that a lot of people, especially in LA, I don't think a lot of people do that. They're like trying to find the person that's already at the top and like, you know, get their way up there instead of like, you know, just working together. I think if everyone worked together, everything would be better. Like as far as like people's careers, lives, everything. Like
so you're about unity.
Yeah, I think that's
unity.
Like if everyone worked together, it would be great. But everyone has egos. Everyone like wants to be the greatest instead of
that's
collaborate.
Something you can promote, dude, with your lotion stuff. Though.
Yeah,
like, you can really you can start a whole world, Angelique. You
yeah,
have literally
the world is
really, dude. The world is yours. The world is yours. The world is all of ours. You know what I mean?
Like, there's enough money for everybody, so yeah.
There is. We all eat.
We all eat. Nah, that's true.
So yeah, that's what I see. I think if everyone just, you know, was more open and like, you know, leaned on each other, you know, when there's people need each other instead of like being so like.
You gotta mention LA right now.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself staying in LA, like being LA native, right?
Yeah, born and raised.
Where you
from?
You're from Inglewood too?
Yeah.
Inglewood up to no good. Shout out to Inglewood.
Yeah, I'm LA. Well, I was born in Inglewood, but like I always say I'm from South Central because like that's basically where I was like raised.
Yeah.
But this goes back to why we started the Two Gals. There's so many amazing creative artists in LA, and I feel like it goes back to having that crabs in a barrel mentality where like they don't want to work with, you know, their peers. They have like they have this mindset that they're better than these people. And yeah, we started the blog like to give those people a platform. So I think it goes in like with everything that I'm doing. Like I just want to like, you know, uplift people. And yeah, LA has it terribly. Like you see people in Atlanta, they putting all their homies on.
Yeah.
Other places putting all their homies.
You don't
Detroit,
feel like Atlanta
Chicago.
Would be the same? You don't feel like maybe Atlanta's the same? Look, maybe I thought that's perspective though.
I mean, yes and no, but like if you know, from the outside looking in, like you don't see too many LA artists that are like, you know, collaborating with like other artists and stuff.
I got to see that. I believe in what you're saying because like I love LA, I love my people in LA, but I got to experience a difference when I moved to Puerto Rico, and I seen maybe because it's a more enclosed island, you saw nothing but like community and everybody, like everybody knows you. Like you know, if you do something, everybody knows you. They support you. They like they're fucking very genuine. And then coming out here, like there's good people out here. There's good people, but I would say like it's definitely more. You got to be on guard a little bit. You know, like you definitely like.
Well, definitely.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yeah, I feel like for me personally, like my circle is like crazy supportive. Like I never have to think twice about anyone's motives.
How about outside of our friends? Cause I was like more like even just.
Oh yeah, see, I'm very, I'm an introvert, so like my circle is my circle. So it takes 100%. A minute for people to like even like. There's some people that are like, oh, Angelique is quiet, whereas he might say I don't shut up. You know, like it just depends on like
other
like
people,
what
it does.
you're like to perception. Like you know
Yeah.
how other people see me. Like most people think that I'm just a quiet person that doesn't talk and I
Yeah.
don't have any thoughts and I just sit here silent. Whereas like anyone that's around me enough is like, no, she doesn't shut up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't let people get too close. Therefore, I don't have to really worry too much about like snakes
About that,
and stuff.
huh?
Yeah, and most people that when they think LA and they think snakes, like they're talking about Hollywood, like
Yeah.
Yo,
I got to see that
Hollywood.
working in downtown LA. Like there's so many people out here that are not from LA, and it's so rare. It's so rare that it's so rare that you meet people from LA. And you're like, oh, you're from LA too. And it is like, you know me, you know what's up, you know.
it's even more weird because like when I was in esthetician school, like half the people that I was in class with, they weren't from LA.
They went from LA.
So she was like, you live in a house? Most people in LA live in apartments. And I was like,
She said
no.
that.
Yeah, and I was like, no. I live
That's
in
like
a
something
house.
overheard in LA.
Just because everyone that moves here like moves to these expensive apartments
Yeah.
and stuff.
Apartments,
So she was
yeah.
like confused that I lived in
The
the house.
downtown LA apartments.
Yeah, and I
and
was like,
condos.
no, I live in the house. But yeah, transplants. They're the reason that LA gets a bad name.
You know, and there's a lot of them that come with like I felt out people outside of LA. They come with that ego. They come with like
They feel like that's how we are, so that's what they could
Exactly.
match it.
Look, I used to
Adams.
not bashing it, but I used to work for Los Angeles Apparel. Shout out.
Pretty quality basics.
Man, I loved everybody at LA Apparel. I started at LA Apparel right when I left Urban, right when COVID started, and yo, everybody there was not from LA. But I feel like I encountered a lot of people that were not. I would say that they came with ego from outside of where they came from, and
Okay.
I love you guys. No offense, to any not like I'm just talking
Nah,
over here.
yeah.
But I feel like I got to witness that though, and I got to see it really when I was at LA Pro. Like, yo, a lot of people come here like thinking we're like this, so and so, and it's like, nah, like
And you can
we're
understand.
chilling here, you know.
Yes.
Like, LA is a community. I feel of a lot of mixture with different people. That's what it is,
Yeah.
For sure.
you know. And
Awesome.
we're just all trying to swim out here and figure
Yeah.
out our way
Yeah.
amongst everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amongst everybody else. How about for you, man?
As
As far as just like
Things
where
LA needs to
yeah,
work on. Or like LA.
LA and everything.
bro, I love LA. Don't get me wrong. I try to stay away from it, bro. I feel like it's too crowded. The traffic is horrible. The reputation does have its pros and cons as far as like Hollywood being Hollywood and everybody thinking we on that type of snake type of mentality. But yeah, bro, that's not my side, bro. Whenever I go out of town, I tell people facts. I'm from Compton, like in Compton. Originally, I'm born in Chicago. I know she was gonna
You born in
say-
Chicago?
Yes, I was born in Chicago, but
Angelique is right too.
yeah, she,
I thought you were already.
Yeah.
I worked with you for a good amount of time.
That was funny. But nah, man, I was born in Chicago. I moved out here to Compton. So yeah, but when I go out to places, I tell people
Yeah.
I'm from Compton, not Los Angeles, and it's definitely a difference. And yeah, bro, yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
What would you guys say is something, if changing the subject a whole other like 360 degree now, what is something you guys would tell your guys' selves, your 16-year-old selves, compared to what you know now?
You said what would I tell
Your
myself?
16-year-old self, yeah. 15, 16-year-old self.
Oh,
What the knowledge and just like
that's
what you know.
crazy. I ask people that question all the time. But
It's meant to be, bro.
yeah, right. But 16-year-old self, shit. Find out what you want to do. I feel like if I would have told myself to hurry up and find out, I know it sounds kind of rushed, but if I would have hurried up and found out, I was able to go. It would have been a lot more time to go through trial and error. You know, you would have kind of like perfected things. You know, a little bit more in tune when you're, coming up and things. So definitely, I would have told myself stay focused on something. Find out what you're gonna do quick. Rather it was basketball, rather it was the little poetry I was trying to write. Like, You know, we had little dreams there were big dreams as a kid and shit, but it was kind of wild. At least mine was.
I thought I was going to be a comic book artist. I said,
hey, no.
Superheroes.
Thanks, bro. I thought I was going to be one of those game testers that just sit on my ass and eat snacks all day and shit and test out games. Yeah. Most definitely. But yeah.
What about you?
My 15 or 16-year-old self. I don't even know. Honestly, like, I don't remember what I was doing at 15, 16. I was homeschooled. I was homeschooled.
You were homeschooled? No way.
Yeah, I was homeschooled. I went to 2 years. That's partially why I'm so quiet and, like, introverted. But, yeah, for 2 years I went to a, like, small charter school in Carson. And then my last 2 years I was homeschooled. So, like, I don't even remember what I was doing. Like, I don't know. I think I would tell myself to not be homeschooled. Like, I wanted to do that because, like, I hated my school. So, yeah, I think if I went to, like, a regular school, things would have been a little different. Or, like, maybe...
So you would tell your younger self to go to normal public
Yeah.
school? Yeah. So do you feel like...
I feel that.
So do you feel like going to private school or you homeschool? Apologies, homeschool. Do you feel
I did
like...
private school before, too.
Oh, bro?
Okay.
So do you feel like there was a difference on going to being homeschooled or going to actual school?
Yeah.
How did that, like, did that change anyway?
For me, I've always gone to, like, small schools because my mom always wanted me to be, I don't know, she just hated me. So, yeah, like, went to, like, small charter schools. I went to private schools. I know. I tell her this all the time. It's not anything new. She wanted the best for me. So, from homeschool to...
Keep talking. I don't know. What the fuck is this?
From homeschool to, like, regular school, there's a big difference. I think, for me, it's, like, those are, like, your social years. So, like, I spent a majority of my time for, like, the first few months, like, just by myself, like, and then I was like, okay, I'm over this. So I would go back to my old school to, like, hang out with my friends after school. Like, that would be, like, my social time. And then there was a point where I was in, like, college classes and taking adult school classes while homeschooled, just to, like, get interaction, I guess that's what my teacher said. But yeah, I think it's like a social, like, you're learning yourself during that time period. So, like, if I'm by myself, like, it's harder to, like, have those interactions with other people.
So you're pro public school? Or pro, like, being out, like, interacting with... Like,
I think it depends on the person, too, though. For me, it wasn't too detrimental because, like, I can survive by myself, but... Yeah, I think, you know, you're growing in that time period. You're learning yourself.
Definitely.
I think, you know, just school in general. Like, I've never gone to public school.
Yeah.
So, I think school in general is just, like, you're learning. Like, people go through, you know, friendships, like, everything. So, it's, like, I think it's crucial.
Especially the tears and laughter.
Yeah, like, I think it's something that's definitely necessary. Obviously, you don't want to go back once you leave, but, like, you know, those are, like, it's a good learning period for most people.
No, definitely I would be pro, like, being around people, too.
Yeah. Like, I know some people
that 15,
homeschool
16
children.
stuff,
and
I think 15 to 20 is a lot of, like, you're like a sponge. Mm-hmm. Even 20s, though, you're like a sponge. You know what I mean?
I feel that.
I feel like 15s to maybe 28, 29, you're like a big ass sponge, and you're just
like a big ass sponge.
Yeah, because, like, the people you're hanging out with, you know, the things you're doing, that's gonna really create the you. The after 30 is a grown person, you know, the grown man, woman. Like, I feel like it's a very crucial period that you need to be very, like, on guard on what you're intaking and where you're at, you know, what you're doing. It's important. Important. I'm gonna end it right here, but I want to say thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming through to this podcast today. I appreciate you guys and the energy. Angelique, thank you. I wish you nothing but the best. And super successful brand in the beauty world. Definitely guys tap in with Angelique. I will leave her Instagram. I'll leave everything for Angelique and Chasen Day. We're looking forward to the music, man.
Appreciate you.
Tap in, brother. Definitely, we'll be tapping in. And thank you guys for coming on today. I wish you guys the best. I'm gonna ask you guys one last question.
All right.
What is all the possibilities to you guys? What do you guys feel?
Is coming.
Is that what are all the possibilities?
Yeah. What do you feel when you say all the possibilities? What is your definition of all the possibilities?
That sounds like more of some sky's the limit type. To me.
Sky's the limit?
Yeah.
And how about you?
Likewise, kind of. It's like, yeah, all the possibilities, like, the sky's the limit. life is full of abundance and like.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that energy.
You felt it?
I got chills.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, an abundant lifestyle, like.
An abundant lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
An abundant
I want
lifestyle,
2%.
all possibilities.
Yeah.
You just gave me a real good one. Thank you guys, Ditto.
No, I appreciate you for having us, bro.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank
This
you.
podcast definitely was something different where we're talking about everything, so I appreciate the energy you guys coming here today.
Legit.
Thank you guys for another ATP Sit and Talk. You guys can check out Angelique and Chasen Day on IG through the social media, and thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys for the next podcast.